Hello, welcome back, everyone. If you were here yesterday, you saw how it went down. CECC South Qualifiers, Group F, Southern Miss taking 2 3-0s in Route 2 today, where we have our top 16.
Yep, it should be a good match. They faced Radford University today in the bottom of. It's like bracket style, right?
Yes. Just a simple bracket, top 16.
So it'll be Southern Miss versus Radford, and whoever wins this goes on to play the winner of Cumberland and Kaiser University, Maine.
Yeah, which I think that was the same Kaiser team that Southern Miss played yesterday.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is the same team. But I don't. We know Cumberland. We know who's on Cumberland.
We know who's on Cumberland.
Cumberland got 2 of the 3 players from Harrisburg University. In fact, they may have gotten all 3. I don't know who their sub is, but they don't play with the same roster. They have 2 of those players, and then they play with Nightya, who comes in from somewhere else, actually, I think. That or he didn't play in the fall. He might not have played in the fall. I have it listed in my docs he didn't play in the fall, so I'm guessing he didn't. But
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, also a very solid player. I mean, they're all... There's a reason There's a reason that they didn't even play in Open 1, and yet they are very close to a playoff spot because they made Sunday in their first Open that they competed in. So they certainly are a team to watch out for, but we have to get through this series first to see if that's even possible. Now, we will not be streaming CECC for a bit after this, regardless if Southern Miss wins. If they win, then they move on to the top 8, and they will go and play in March. I don't know what day. They just said in March. They didn't say like what weekend, but I'm sure that's already set out for them. And that will also be online. I don't know how they're going to do the full seeding for LAN. I don't know if all top 8 make it to LAN at some point, and the top 8 is just for seeding, or if only top 4 make it to LAN. I don't really know how they're handling that, but as far as I'm aware, I know top 8 will be played virtually, and then they'll have the LAN in May, I believe.
Yeah.
In Texas.
Yep. So should be a good match today. We're just looking Southern Miss to wrap it up. Now, they did play really well yesterday. We saw, especially from Astro, they were making amazing passing plays with each other. I don't think there was a game where they really had a solo play, quote unquote. Besides, Astro had one, Melodic had one, and then Zath.
I think they all had like maybe one,
Yeah.
but outside of that, it was all just pretty much just team play. And we had that really wild OT where there was like 8 saves in the span of like 45 seconds, and the OT lasted for like 3 minutes. It was like 2.5, 3 minutes somewhere in there. And then Southern Miss still ended up winning. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, they went 3-0, 3-0. This today is a best of 7. This is not best of 5. Everything in playoffs is best of 7. I don't think it would be wild if they did best of 9 for finals, but I don't think they're doing that as far as I'm aware. Also, again, I don't know how they're handling the teams for LAN. They may only do top 4. They may do top 8. This is a pretty brutal draw for Southern Miss in the second round. Cumberland is an amazing, amazing roster, and not that Radford isn't, but Radford is a team that probably shouldn't be beating someone of the quality of Southern Miss. I don't know much about them, but looking through rankings, looking through their placements in CRL and all that sort of stuff, this is another team that Southern Miss should be beating. I don't know if it'll be a 4-0 necessarily, but it will probably be a very solid win for Southern Miss, or at least it should be in a series like this.
Well, especially after the practice that Southern Miss got yesterday. If you weren't watching yesterday, it was 2 clean 3-0 sweeps. I say clean as in it was just 3-0s. But they did have a little bit of pushback from the teams. It wasn't just a complete wipe. But after they did play those, Melodic and Zath did have the Open 2 Day 2 of RLCS where they made it all the way through uppers to face Shopify Rebellion, only to lose 3-0. I did have the opportunity to watch that. I'm pretty sure you watched
I watched
it
parts
too.
of it. I didn't get to see the whole series, but I saw like games, I think, 2 and 3.
Yeah, game 2 was 1-4 for Shopify, and then game 3 was an overtime that just ended. I mean, it was just really good. Both teams played amazing. They had Barris from St. Clair Green, their sub player. But they played amazing, and I'm excited to see how they played today against Radford.
Yeah, and to continue that conversation with RLCS, Zath and Melodic will be again playing today.
Mm-hmm.
This time it is the Swiss. The Swiss is exactly where they were last time. They ended up going out 2-3. And if you're unfamiliar with how Swiss and RLCS qualifiers works, you have to win 3 before you lose 3. So they made it to that very last round and ended up falling out. Now, this time around, they're starting out with Gen G, another very tough matchup, because in the first round of the last Open, in Open 1 for RLCSNA, they ended up playing Squishy, Garrett G, and AJ. So they're now playing Gen G, which is one of the top teams in North America. I think they were, top 2, top 4, something like that?
I think it was
NA.
top 4, but yeah, Reddles, Magic Bear, Cheese. The entire Rocket League community makes fun of these 3 players because they are somehow the worst and the best players.
They are the worst, best players I've ever seen in my entire life. I love all 3 of them. They were on Optic for a time too. I have never raged more watching an Optic team than these 3 guys, Reddles, Magic Bear, and Cheese. They also represented Team USA at the World Cup, and they did not do very well. They didn't do terrible, but they didn't do very well, which I think that just describes their entire roster. Well, they didn't get slammed, but they didn't play very well. So you get what you get there. I think it's a very beatable team, but that's for later tonight. We have our best of 7 round of 16. Here comes Astro looking for the teammates off the backboard. Melodic not going to be there. Zath just has to toss it to the corner, but has Melodic midfield. Probably didn't really want to go for that. That's a little overzealous, especially now that you're in top 16. You only get 1 chance to win or lose a match. If you lose, you are fully out. There's no losers bracket like we saw with the groups yesterday. Zath, a missed touch out to the mid, and look at that save from Astro coming in, flying across the net, somehow manages to get there, isn't able to follow. Roy Lett does make their way around. I said Lett, sorry, Roy Light, and I'm not going to pronounce it like there's an O as the 3rd letter. Melodic, though, gets the pass from Astro. That's a clean dish, and that's a clean plate. Melodic slams it home, and that is 1-0 for Southern Miss. 4:16 still on the clock.
Dude, that save from Astro, that was a pinch save all the way down to the other side of the field. I don't even know how he managed to do that. I was like 98% sure that was just in their net, but oh my gosh, you see Ryo missing their pass down to Zath, and Ryo barely saving that. A bump onto Astro, however, it's not on target. Ryo will take the ball, gets beat out by Melodic. Melodic making a weird touch off of Zyrus hit, and Astro now gonna try and solo play it. Zath going up, gets beat out by Super Smurf, and Melodic just passing it downfield. Nothing too crazy. 1-0 for Southern Miss. However, Radford has had some crazy attacking chances.
Yeah, they definitely look better than what we were seeing yesterday from the teams that Southern Miss had ended up playing. Not to say any of those teams were bad, but the pace has certainly shifted a little bit. Look at this from Melodic, though. Almost has a solo on his own. He loves those coast-to-coast style plays. He is just incredible when you give him space and you give him the ball with full boost. Even without boost, you see him get another shot there. Zath going to toss it out to the midfield. Maybe wanted a second touch because Astro didn't have much space to work with. So Melodic actually ends up handing that away, pre-jumps it, runs out of boost. Now Smurf coming in for the air bump, not able to grab it. Zyrus will have to follow through. Zath is in possession for just a moment. I like these passes out from Radford, but they're not able to capitalize off of any of them just yet. Now that we're down to 250, we're slowly running out of time. If you are the side of Radford, Rhyolite looking for something here, has at least a touch off of Astro. Although Southern Miss are doing a good job of keeping this ball away from Radford in any sense of possession. Now Melodic again looking out, gets the reset shot on target. The Light will be able to save that one. Here it is, though, pass out to the midfield, and Zyrus going to have to get the save off the shot from Zath. Now Light pops it up, looks for a bump onto Melodic, but Melodic can read both that and the ball. Astro going for a double, and it will be true. 2:14 left on the clock. 2-0 lead for Southern Miss.
Melodic is a danger whenever he gets that aerial touch, and you can see him going for a second touch because he is going to get there. And if you don't challenge that ball early enough, it's just a goal, whether it be from him or from his teammate. And as we see, Astro just got the double tap. But Melodic now on the back foot. I say that as he'll just take aerial control again. Super Smurf, early challenges. Astro will hit it across the net, grab the boost from Super Smurf. A bit of a misplay there from Ryo. Melodic going up for a second touch, and that's just in? What?
But when we say Melodic can make plays, this is what we mean. That's a shot that you don't have an angle. It does hit off of Xyrus. Regardless, though, it was still going to hit that bottom left corner and bounce in. Like, I wish we could describe to you what we mean by Melodic can just make a play anywhere you give him the ball. That is what we're talking about. It happens every single stream, and we just don't understand it every single time. He does that type of stuff against pro players, mind you, as well. Like, it is not just in collegiate because he has the space. He does it against everybody. He doesn't care, of course, who he is against. He will continue to be a playmaker, almost gets a dunk, doesn't quite have to do so. Zach doesn't even really have to do a whole lot. He does have 2 shots. Astro putting another one on target. Super Smurf in a really rough position. That's a bit awkward for him. Will manage to get it over to the teammates. Not for very long, though, as they'll just go for a touch on net. It's a big touch, though, and no one able to control for Radford. Southern Miss going to continue sending this one towards the blue net. Astro downfield once more. Zath gets his boost stolen by Melodic there, but there's not really much of a choice because Melodic did want the ball. He did have boost to do so. Now Zath comes through looking for a teammate out mid. That's going to be Melodic, the duo in RLCS, looking to make something happen. Astro maybe wanted a bigger touch there, but it works out as Melodic is all the way over towards the corner. Although I think they're just kind of wasting time at this point. They are a team that loves to just go for net, but at the same time, they know they can wrap this one up pretty quickly, and they've got a very long series ahead of them. Good block from Astro, and Melodic out left. Southern Miss are going to take game 1.
Yeah, Radford is just getting outpaced, outplayed, and outsmacked this entire game. I mean, Melodic is jumping for everything. Every time I see a Radford player go up for an aerial, one of Southern Miss players is right there with them and usually ends up beating them out. We'll see bumps come off maybe a little too late, but, you know, that will be a Southern Miss win for game 1. I'm excited to see how Radford changes their play. I'm expecting more bumps because, especially on Melodic, you need to shut him down.
I mean, the guy had 7 shots. That is unacceptable. I don't care that you have 6 saves as a squad. 7 shots from one player alone is unacceptable. You are not going to win games like that, especially when you have someone like Melodic getting that many opportunities. He is bound to continue putting the ball through the back of the net. And, I mean, you saw there. It only ended 3-0, but it could have been much, much worse at the same time. So, well, I would like to see the bumps continue to come in from Radford. That's really how you're going to beat the Southern Miss team typically. Outside of matching their pace, you just need to be aggressive on them. It's been shown in the past they struggle to deal with bumps, especially when you're consistent on getting them. But when Melodic has an opportunity, he is going to take it. Will get contested on the backboard. And now just trying to buy time for the defense and has done just enough. Melodic with 0 boost, just out all the way mid. Astro gets demoed. Zath has no boost. Is there anyone in net? There is. Zath has somehow managed to make a save, and somehow Southern Miss has stabilized despite having 0 boost.
Yep, and now they are on the counterattack. Zath going to the ceiling, will hit it over 1, tries to get the dunk off Super Smurf, but unfortunately, that's just a fake. Astro's going for a low 50, straight to Melodic. Melodic is going to hit it to the backboard and double that down, saved by Super Smurf. Zath again going for it, but Rhyolite just is there for it. However, Radford has basically 0 boost. Melodic going for a flip reset, and it will be in. My goodness.
Some say pressure makes diamonds, but right now for Radford, the pressure is just making a bunch of pebbles because they are not able to get enough saves to stop the attacks from Southern Miss. They are just getting suffocated in the backfield, and there is just nothing Radford has been able to do that is even close to contesting Southern Miss in this series so far. We are only in game 2, and again, you do get the benefit of it being a best of 7, so you have that extra game to give. But at the same time, that extra game to give is already over. You've lost that one or at this point, so you need to find a way to take Southern Miss out of this series. But so far, you've not been able to do pretty much anything other than get a couple of decent shots on net.
Yeah, no, 100%. And whenever you're double committing like these Radford players are doing with 0 boost, it's not working out. You know, Southern Miss players are just there every time. Almost got another save. Finally, Super Smurfs will put one into the back of the net and make it 1-1. However, I don't know. Zath almost made, I mean, barely missed that save.
Yeah, and he had no boost there either. He may have had like 5 to 10 because I think there was a little bit of boost in that meter, but I couldn't really tell. Smurf, though, going to get a demo onto Zath now. Here's an opening for Ryo. Going to take it downfield, gets it to the corner. But who is mid? There is Zyrus. He has made his way. Not for very long, though. Astro with a bump. Zyrus has to dodge one from Melodic. And now that's put out mid. Zath misses. So Southern Miss not capitalizing on that opportunity. Good pass from Melodic. Now he's going to have to bump it up. Him and Zath almost double. Zath recognizing it just in time to make it, to avoid what could have been, I don't want to say disaster, but slight disaster. Maybe more of like an F2 tornado instead of an F5. Out to Zath once more. Actually, Melodic going to take this possession away from him. Super Smurf going to get a clean shot. Astro was waiting there. That is a front post rotation from Astro, but it still works out. That pass is beautiful from Ryo, and Radford have finally found a lead. The shot from Super Smurf all the way at 71 miles per hour. Clean touch there, and that is going to slam into the back of the net.
Yeah, no, that is crazy. Radford definitely playing now. They have awoken. However, how will Southern Miss respond? Southern Miss has won kickoff every single time, I'm pretty sure. We'll have Zath backwards. That's a bump that goes on to Ryo, and almost a goal. Ryo managing to make the save will now just boom it up. Somehow keeps control of that. That's off backboard. Zyrus missing. Melodic will hit it to the sidewall, try and take another touch. Gets beat out by Super Smurf. Astro there. Makes a 50. That goal is almost open. However, Zyrus is there. Will bounce off. Zath onto control. Gets bumped off. And Super Smurf 0 going for that ball. And now Melodic just has control of it. Tries to hit it over Ryo. Nothing yet. Astro will pass it middle to Zath. But Zyrus is just there, and Radford is playing beautiful defense.
Yeah, and regardless of what Southern Miss has been able to do, they are opening the passing lanes very well. They are recognizing where each other are. They just look like such a collected squad at the moment. But at the same time, you're not getting any points off of it. Astro has to get a big save there. Still a minute 20 to play. Radford, though, are starting to really put the pressure on. They're contesting Southern Miss in the air now, and that's what you need to do to get Southern Miss off balance. That's a big touch on the defensive side from Ryo. Melodic has to go for a touchdown field, gets the second, and that's what you need. Super Smurf is in the backfield. What is he able to do? Is contested in the air. Astro with no boost, though. He's going to have to find a way to recover because Melodic has to grab that back right. Zath, the only one with boost, does manage to get at least a touch, give his teammates time to go back. Melodic has found it past one. Ryo is here, but look at the bumps from Astro. That opens up the net, and that is a 2-2 lead, 2-2 tied ball game. 41 left on the clock. Great recognition there from Astro. Knows one player is back, just goes straight for him, doesn't even worry about the ball, and that's going to allow Melodic to take the easy shot and get the ball into the back of the net.
Yep, tied game, and it's looking really good right now for Southern Miss. However, they cannot sleep on Radford. I say that Melodic immediately reads Ryo, but nothing to come out of it. They're going to need to keep pressure here as Zyrus is going to take the ball up. Zath backflips. Ryo, however, 0 boost, can't do anything with it. Astro will just try and take it down, try and grab the boost. Nothing happening. It's right in front of net. Astro getting demoed off. I'm pretty sure Melodic also got demoed off that ball. But so far, Radford has not been able to make a clean shot on net. They're just fumbling over each other.
Yeah, and it feels like there's a lot of occasions where they start to kind of panic when they get into the offense. They feel that it almost looks like they get it past 2 players of Southern Miss, and then they're like, oh, we got it to there's only 1 player to beat now? I can't believe it. And they have to just struggle, especially because they run out of boost in that situation a lot. Melodic with a ceiling shot. Ryo recognizes the play, though. Very good save there. That would have been a crazy shot, but it might end up being a crazier save. One player left. Ryo gets a double demo, but Melodic has an easy save ahead of him. Now Melodic has a chance to control, has Astro behind him, goes for the air bump, gets it. Here comes Zaf to follow, bump out of the net. No shot into the back, though. Shot again missing. Melodic with little boost. Zyrus off the corner, and that is a top left bins. And you cannot let Melodic get control no matter how much boost he has. Zyrus also, that is just a very unfortunate play. Ryo doesn't have boost either. Southern Miss, game 2.
Zyrus whiffed it and caused Melodic to get that goal. It was so unfortunate.
If he doesn't catch himself on the corner, it's fine. And look at this saves category. 6 saves again from Radford. And they still are not winning these games. It's just so tough when you have so many shots ringing out. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna work when you let Southern Miss shoot this much.
Not at all.
Looks like Ryo has gone to the bathroom, so we're gonna have a little bit of a break here in between matches. We'll see if Radford can talk this one out. See if they can figure out a way to attack Southern Miss, because they had a lot of shots there. They had 7, but 4 of them getting saved by USM.
Yeah, as you said, they just need to calm down on that whenever they have all that offensive pressure, because they're literally just jumping over one another, trying to score. They're like, ball, goal, 1, hit, and just missing, jumping over each other. They'll bump each other. They are defending themselves they're defending Southern Miss's goal more than I think Southern Miss is sometimes. It's just they need to do something to really hone in, calm down, take some nerves off of them. But
I mean, I like the ideas, though, from Radford. They are right there. They are on the doorstep of taking down at Southern Miss in one of these games, but it's just right when they get to the front of the net, that's when they start missing the ball. And it's like, you just can't. You're not going to get away with that. Their defense has been great. They're doing a great job of stopping Southern Miss. I mean, you're seeing how many shots Southern Miss are putting on. They're barely getting any goals out of it. But at the same time, that's when it's tough. That's when you just can't allow Southern Miss to continue getting control of the ball. Here comes Melodic, gets demoed. I have been liking the demos as well from Radford. It's what really gets Southern Miss into some trouble. Astro not going to get a touch there. Zaf going to get demoed, and Cyrus just on a mission. If they are not on the field, they can't touch the ball, they can't score, and that's going to lead Radford to a lead.
I think that's what they just talked about. They were like, wait, why are we trying to shoot through them? Let's just take them out. And then demo.
They can't score if they're not on the field.
Exactly.
It's that easy. And then you look in the air and you're like, oh, they're about 75 feet in the air. Maybe a little bit tougher. Supra Smurf with another shot. Ryo with another shot. And there's 2 great saves from Southern Miss. Zaf turtles. And he is, I think that's messed him up a little bit. He is struggling to get off the ground there for a minute. Southern Miss, though, have attempted to stabilize. Zaf now pops it to Astro. Astro looking for the midfield. Almost gets the read on the backboard. Zaf just trying to keep possession away from Radford. Super Smurf will be there. Melodic has the reset. Doesn't have the second touch, though. He gets bumped. And now Astro up to Melodic. Southern Miss trying to find a way to get through this Radford defense. Zaf again up, but takes his time, and that's not going to be enough to get it through Radford. Now they're back on the attack. Here comes Astro off the back wall. Zaf up to Melodic. Melodic off the backboard. Is Zyrus there? He is. If Zyrus misses, that's a goal for Southern Miss. This one, though, another shot. Melodic going to give what a save. And Southern Miss now struggling to get anything offensively going.
Yeah, they've had some good chances, however, just barely missing the ball. Ryo will go for a psycho, misses, and it's straight to Zaf. However, Zaf does not have a double touch to do anything with it, and Radford will look to just clear this ball. However, Southern Miss is just there. That's a shot off the backboard. Zaf there, but saved out by Super Smurf. Melodic gets bumped by Ryo, and we will see Zath will go to the ceiling, back down to the ground. We'll leave it for Melodic, but Ryo there to make the save. Astro just trying to hit it up, and Radford's kind of on the back foot right now. I say that as they're going for another shot, but Radford's been playing this beautifully.
Yeah, and I think they may have another one here, and they do. 2-0 Radford. They have come alive. They're finally getting something going, and they did have a lead in the last game, of which they ended up losing. Southern Miss had 2:49 on the clock. The adjustments, though, from Radford are coming through, and they are finally able to get anything off of Southern Miss. Astro is just looking for a dunk, not going to get it. Smurf out to Ryo, doesn't really have him there. Astro gonna bump this one mid for Melodic. Now over to the wall. Here comes Super Smurf. Will get it past one, almost gets it past all three. Melodic, though, flies through for the save again, but gets demoed for it. Pays the ultimate price there. Melodic, though, will continue to dump the ball downfield, just wants his team to stay on the blue half of the field. Astro has to avoid two different bumps, so Zath will have to go for a shot all the way out from the corner. Does have it, but it's very, very light. Not going to be much to do in that scenario. Smurf going to get contested from Astro, and Zath will end up being the one in the third-man rotation. I will say, I've really been liking the way Southern Miss has rotated. The cuts have been pretty effective so far, although they are down 2-0, but I mean that in more sense of generally in this series. They have been cutting very, very well, knowing when their teammates don't have boost, and the comms are, I'd imagine, also there for when they need to call these cuts, and that's allowing them to open up these passes. Astro almost gets it there. I don't think that shot from Melodic was going to go through, and that's why Astro does go for it. If not, maybe just a bit of a miscommunication, as I talked about how their comms are probably good.
Yeah, no, that ball was probably going to hit the crossbar. Astro was trying to get in there to get the double touch, but we will see another attacking play. Zath will take control right to the corner. He ran out of boost. Does get a small little pinch. There's a miscommunication from Radford. Zath will take it right to Melodic. That's a bang, but a block by Radford. Radford, beautiful defense. I've seen them all zero boost making saves. Ryo will bump it up to Super Smurf. Super Smurf will take a flip reset right underneath Melodic. Zyrus gonna hit it straight towards Zath. Nothing to come out of it. Astro will take control. Flips over one right to Melodic. And another save by Super Smurf. This guy is absolutely killing it. That's a shot by Radford, saved out by two Southern Miss players. Is that goal just open? No. Ryo manages to make it back in time. I mean, this is almost perfect play.
Yeah, and Zath honestly could have scored there, but he just ends up trying to get a shot off very quickly, and he puts no power under the ball, and now you just see Melodic going for psychos. That's how you know you're in a tough spot. Zath launching it out, but this is going to be game 3 to Radford. They have life in this series now, and Southern Miss going to have to find a way to adjust. The defense was incredible in this one, and I mean, they've done everything they needed to give themselves a chance in the series. And this is why you like these best of sevens, because you are not on series point, you're simply on another game point. And the shot category finally looking a lot more even. You have 9 in for Radford and 9 in for Southern Miss. The difference, 0 for Southern Miss off the 6 saves of Radford and 7 saves even for Southern Miss. The 2 shots that they don't save do go through.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm interested to see how Southern Miss manages to change it up. They did play a lot better in the second half of that game. More fluid, more communicative, more creative even. But we're just going to have to see how it ends up playing, because Radford was doing really good on the bump side of things. They definitely were playing a lot calmer on offense, doing better challenges. I did see a couple times where Zath and Melodic kind of ran into each other while they were playing defense, which caused those 2 goals. But we will see. Hopefully they manage to change it up a little bit.
The bathroom break buff, by the way, for Ryo. Very, very good stuff out of them. This will not be a 4-0. And Radford certainly fighting for their top 8 spot. They want to see March in CECC competition. Astro going to be the one to get first possession, just a touchdown field that he's unable to follow through on. Zath will contest. 50, though, going to go all the way out to the right wall. And this is really awkward for Southern Miss. A big bump, though, on Desirous is going to allow Southern Miss to get back on defense. Although Astro is all the way in the other side of the field. It's a 2v3, but Melodic has control. Takes it out to the right wall. Ryo will now take possession. Good bump that allows Astro to come through. Has a 1v1, and he's going to win it. Great control from Astro. Baits out the play from Radford. And that bump also from Melodic is huge in that play.
I don't even know how he managed to get that. He didn't get the flip reset. I figured Super Smurf would have seen that and been like, oh, well, I'll jump now. But apparently not. And Astro just gets a pretty free goal. You will see Super Smurf jumping here. The ball will bounce into the hands of Astro. Zath going for a sidewall read. Does manage to hit it. However, no goal comes out from it. Astro will hit it up to Zyrus. But Astro cutting beautifully right into Radford. Melodic pre-jumping the ceiling. What is he doing?
I mean, he just knows where the ball is going at all times. Like, his Twitter name says Melodic PhD, and I keep saying that there's no way. He may have a PhD in Rocket League physics, because that man just knows where the ball is going at all times. 1v1 for Zyrus and Zath is going to come out on top in that fight. Now he has control of the ball, fakes it out. Super Smurf is put in a blender. Ryo can't get the touch either. It's all down to Super Smurf, and he will at least send it away. Astro, though, now up, has the reset to use, decides not to use it. Out mid, Zath is not there. Off the wall, doesn't get the second touch. Melodic now has to back away. Astro has just put it all the way up in the midfield. Melodic has to go for a save, will grab it. And this one's out to the wall once more. Although 2 players on the back wall for Southern Miss. Astro, though, while that's happening, has dropped it for Melodic. Good play from those two. Won't be a goal. Ryo recognizes the pass. And now they'll be back on the counter.
Yep, no, and it's been amazing defensively from Southern Miss this game. Zath making another save. Radford, every single offensive pressure chance that they've gotten has been shut down by a Southern Miss player. We will see. That is a goal. Why do I speak?
I see Zath second-guessing himself in that play. I do understand why he did it. He recognized Ryo was there, but it was a little too late. At that point, you just need to jump for the ball, I feel. And he ends up turning at probably the worst possible moment. He could have had that save as well. If he would have turned half a second earlier, he has the save off the backboard. But by the time he recognized he needed to do that, it was too late. You just have to jump at the ball. And if you miss there, it's just simply, I just didn't get there in time. But, I mean, who cares? Who cares? He makes up for it. Zath makes up for his mistake right away. 2-1 Southern Miss. And he says, we got this, and they may very well do.
Yeah, he's making up for the hesitation on that last play with an easy goal. Astro setting him up for that pass.
Are we sure they're in call with each other? Because he just said great pass to Melodic. Maybe they're communicating through quick chat.
They're crutching themselves for this. But who knows? I can smell your coffee. It smells really good. Either way, we see Astro will go for it. Ryo missing the ball. Zyrus up for it. Melodic is there, makes a touch, and Zath.
I think he rotated out for boost because he didn't have any and did not expect it. Super Smurf saying, you have time to Zath. Oh no, a war of words has just been started, but the words are at least controlled by what Psyonix wants them to say.
It's those 3 new quick chats, bro. They're the most toxic.
They are so toxic. I can't believe that's what they added. Melodic, though, solo play. This is scary. He gets it a touch off of what was almost a pogo. Now into the backfield of Southern Miss. Melodic, good first touch. Now has a second. Going to look for the 50 onto Ryo. Ryo is there. Zath now sending it down to Melodic. PhD will get a second touch. Doesn't have the boost to follow. And this may be a toxic game now for all 6 players involved. I almost said 4. Twos, because I mean every player on the field loves playing twos.
Yeah, true. But so far, Southern Miss hasn't had a offensive chance in a good bit. Radford is keeping the ball on their side.
No one from Southern Miss has boost either, and that may cost them. Ryo not going to follow through. Zyrus just puts a slight shot on target. That's going to force Zath into the backfield and just continue forcing them to go for these touches when they don't have any boost. I like that play from Super Smurf, just waiting for the second touch off the pass. Melodica puts it out mid. Will be 57 seconds now left remaining. Will we see an OT? Pass out to Melodic. Not going to have enough on it. Good read from Astro on the pass. Going to get a save for that one. And that's a double, though. That's a double from Radford. They should be able to recover here. Melodic doesn't have boost, nor did he really have control of the ball. Astro now out mid. Here's Melodic. He's going to go up for it. Does get a first touch. Is bumped, maybe bumped away. I have no idea. I guess not. 30 seconds now on the clock. Radford going to have an opportunity. Zath doesn't have boost. He does grab the back pad. Melodic also does have boost himself. That's banged all the way to the back wall. Astro now in tow. Doesn't get a bump. Doesn't get a touch. Now Radford again on the counter. Ryo has a block. 8 seconds remain. Can anyone get a clean set of possession? Because this has just been a contest fest. Astro off the ground. No siree. 2-2 OT.
I feel like every time they see that Melodic has the ball, they back off. Also, oh my goodness.
Ryo though follows through. And Melodic. Clutch save. Now downfield. Zyrus is here. Gets a block. Who is next? It's Super Smurf. Doesn't go for it. Astro gets bumped. Zath is there, though, to get the save. Here's the follow from Ryo. Not going to follow fully. And now Southern Miss on the counter, maybe. Super Smurf looking for a second touch. Gets a bump onto Melodic. Astro, though, is ready for it. Is anyone back for Southern Miss? Yes, 2 players without boost, but it doesn't really matter when no one is following for Radford until Super Smurf ties up the series at 2-2. 3-2, 39-second OT in Game 4.
It was a double commit. Zath hit the ball a little awkward, too. It is, I mean, man. It was a double commit off the back wall. Zath had it, and then it was just a missed touch, and Melodic had 0 boost to get back. Man.
Nine shots alone from Ryo. I mean, that's almost the total amount of saves that Southern Miss had. Actually, Southern Miss had 10 saves, so if I could do the math properly instead of saying it before that I do the math, then, you know. But regardless, just a very heavy offensive game from Radford. Now they're the ones putting the pressure on. They've tied up our series, and this is getting interesting. We have ourselves a series now. If you thought it was going to be a 4-0, well, you've got yourself a little bit incorrect here. And this may very well find its way to 7.
Yeah, we definitely could see that. I don't even know what to say about Southern Miss defense. I think it was just those 2 plays where Zath got put in an awkward position. So I don't know.
I would like to see the communication step up on Southern Miss. It feels like there's an immense amount of double commits, especially towards the late game in most of these that we've seen. And those double commits, especially when you have low boost. If you have boost, you can make up for it. But with them having such low boost in a lot of these situations, it causes a lot of issues. And now you're seeing Super Smurf get a free shot on target, misses. Ryo also doesn't get a clean touch, so he's going to have to find something else. And it's just not going to go his way. Good block from Zath. Going to allow Astro some time. But look at who's ready to go. Super Smurf hits it towards the midfield. And that's a bump onto Melodic. So Zyrus going to have some time to go for this one. He's not, it doesn't look like he has the greatest idea of what to do. He may have just been looking for a pinch at the end of it. Zath going to get a demo. I don't know why we stayed on the car for so long. Thank you, Auto Spectate. But that's dropping straight down. Waterfall with 1-0 Radford looking for a series lead.
You can't have that happen. They double committed on that and they get a goal. That just doesn't happen. You shouldn't let that happen. Astro missing it off the read, which is it's hardball to read. However, we will see Southern Miss another kickoff win. Zath takes a quick shot. However, unable to get there. Melodic will take a touch off the wall. That's a pass down to Astro. However, Zyrus is there to save it. Super Smurf gets the demo onto Melodic, and it is just back in Zath's possession. Has to 50 out Zyrus. Zyrus going for the ball. We'll see Zath has a little bit of a play. Ryo hitting it just out of reach from him. Super Smurf will go again. Melodic gets the pass. Unable to do anything though. Radford is playing a beautiful defensive game, exactly like they should.
Yeah, and another shot, but only player there to follow through was Super Smurf himself. Zath bumped away. Not really going to do a whole lot as Melodic was the one with the ball. Ryo has now grabbed possession. Doesn't have boost to fully follow, and that's going to allow Astro to at least get one touch. But the bumps again from Radford, continuing to cause havoc on the back line for Southern Miss. And that has been a big adjustment here for Radford. Now Super Smurf is dribbling, doesn't really have a lot to work with, so it'll be a save from Melodic. And now you're going to see Astro toss it down to him. Is there anyone in mid? No, Zath has to stay back because he was the third man. Gets an awkward touch. That's a goal. Zath, not a good touch there. That's just not great to see. Another 2-0 lead for Radford.
I don't even know what to say. Why he speed flipped there instead of just touching the ball on the top of his car, I have no idea. But they're gonna have to do something. They're in the same position as they were last match. You'll see Zath going up for a ceiling touch, doesn't actually end up getting anything. Melodic goes for the same thing. Nothing so far to come of it. Zero boost for Southern Miss. Astro the only one. He will take a quick shot, blocked out by Zyrus. Super Smurf up for that. Thought he was gonna get the second touch. Pretty sure Zath thought so too. Nothing there. Melodic up for it, tapping it down right to Zyrus. Astro jumps for it just in case of the miss. Zath taking another touch, tries to 50 out Super Smurf. Super Smurf beating him. We'll get another 50 from Astro. No idea what Super Smurf is jumping for, and Southern Miss just looked kind of lost.
It's honestly just the script has been flipped from how the start of the series was. That's a huge bump though. Melodic now has a 1v1, can't win it, and now that's going right back towards the Southern Miss net. Double gonna come through, and Ryo gets there in time. Melodic not able to recover fast enough off the demo, and this has just, again, the script has been flipped. We saw Southern Miss just dominating possession in the early game or early games of this series, and now Radford are the ones dominating possession, dominating the boost gain, and that is what is giving them such large leads. They may need to force a game 7 now if they want to have a chance in going into March in CECC.
100%, and that's just another goal.
That's a big double right there from Zyrus, and that is just a very tough attempt at a save for Melodic. He does get it out, and he does as much as he realistically could in that situation. The most maybe would have also been hitting it off the backboard, but I don't know if you can even do that from that angle because he didn't have a way to get power on it.
No, the only thing I could think of is him taking more control of the ball in that position.
And even then, he's in front of his own net, so like that just probably bounces right in. So that's almost an impossible position for Melodic. He's gonna end up whiffing on that touch. Zyrus will get credit for a shot, but I don't think that was ever gonna go in the net. Rocket League has a funny way of doing that sometimes. Astro now grabs the mid boost, has one there. That is Zath. Shot is again blocked by Ryo. It has just been the great wall of Radford. They are just putting the beat down in defense. Zath shooting the ball once again. That's an easy enough save for Super Smurf. And it is just 50'd all the way downfield. Astro with no boost. Can he get there? He does. But, I mean, it's kind of 4-0, so that feels like it's somewhat in vain.
Yeah, for me, this is a GG go next.
It really is. It is just a GG go next. See if you can get one for the road, and the road may have to lead to game 7 if you are the Golden Eagles. Melodic looking for at least something here. 30 seconds now, and Southern Miss are going to be down 3-2, and it's been 3 straight games for Radford. They're looking to put this series to bed here in game 6.
No, and to bed they are definitely looking. It's like they're almost digging a grave right now. 4-0, Southern Miss started out strong with a 2-0 lead. I'm pretty sure that Southern Miss are just wasting time at this point. Melodic will take the ball, just try and get a 50, hitting it down, or not.
He's looking for something else, but it will end up going down, and regardless of whatever went down there, it's not like it mattered, but the 3-2 lead for Radford looking to, it looks like Melodic, I'm going to guess he's changing cars. That, or maybe he thought it was a best of 5. Oh, he's restarting his game. Okay, that makes sense.
It's a lag.
It was lag.
He didn't have his monitor turned on, actually.
To be fair, Astro and Zath live in the same house, so I guess neither of them had connection issues. I don't know. I'm not going to say connection issues, but I don't know. We'll pop in with them in a little bit. But the shot category, not even that crazy. Look at the saves, though. They had identical amount of saves to shots, -1 for saves. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, it does not.
Well, while we wait here, let's talk about some results around the league. Oh, they don't? Okay, I'm sorry, Zath. I just lied to the whole community, bro. I just lied again. I do that all the time. My apologies. I thought they still did, but they don't. Regardless, let's talk about what other results around CECC while we have the time as Melodic restarts his game. Ole Miss 4-0 over UT Arlington. We have a 4-0 for Daytona State over UT Dallas. That is a big result there. And Cumberland taking a 4-1 over Kaiser Sarasota. So the winner of this game, this series, will go on to play Cumberland University. And that, again, we've talked about it a few times already because of knowing where the bracket lies. It is going to be a very, very good Cumberland team that you are facing. Probably one of my favorites to win this region. I would say either them or Concord. And I'm realizing, I'm realizing West Virginia didn't qualify, which, yeah, wait. I think West Virginia was in a separate group because I know their second team was the one we were concerned about, and then we realized it was their second team, but I thought their main team still played. They may not have.
Why wouldn't you, though?
I don't know, but I don't think their main team played, actually.
Huh.
But looking at the rest of the bracket, Concord or OC, which that is probably a Game 7.
Yeah.
They will play Ole Miss in the next round, whoever wins that one. The winner of King and North Texas will play either BPC or LCU Blue. Those are both very good series. King and UNT is a very good series. BPC and LCU Blue is also a very good series. BPC and LCU is 2 top 25 teams going at it. So, in fact, they may be 2 top 15 teams going at it. I don't remember where BPC is ranked at. And then Daytona State and the winner of Charlotte and East Tennessee State. Probably the weakest top 8 matchup, but still, that's going to be 2 solid teams squaring off against each other.
Yep. But we will see as we are now getting into game number 6.
Yes. We're so unused to best of 7s that we have to, like, remember what's
I'm,
going on.
I'm, counting the dots on the screen right now. But who knows? We will see. Southern Miss on the offensive. Well, they were. But now they're on the defensive. That's almost an open net. A ball right to Astro. Astro launches it downfield. Super Smurf there reading it very well. Ryo reading Astro's touch off the wall. Will take a shot. Double blocked out by Zath. And it is going. Melodic will take another touch. Trying to air dribble it all the way downfield. Astro 0 boost. Can't even jump for that. Zath will rotate back post. Take a touch. Astro up for it. Don't know what call out that was, but it will now be Astro's ball, beat out by Ryo. Ryo going for a shot, almost out 50 Zath there, but we will see Zath going for a little bit of a musty bump. Zyrus there to save it straight to Astro, and that's what? How do you save these?
All of Radford, actually, are just the best defensive players of all time. They are doing an incredible job, and they get a bump there onto Astro, who certainly had a very strong shot on net. These Radford players have just been turning into another demon in the defensive backfield. It is unbelievable some of the saves they've been able to get. Another bump comes in onto Astro. They are getting aggressive. They know they have Southern Miss right where they want them. Super Smurf now going to launch it again downfield. Here comes Zath looking for a second touch. Sends it down. Melodic will be there to respond off the first touch from Radford. Here's a double, but no boost. Can't fully get above the ball, and that's going to force it all the way out to the corner. It's quite rare you see Melodic in those types of situations where he runs out of boost in a play and it ends up affecting him. But even there, just a tough one for Southern Miss. That's one that they certainly needed. Astro not in a great spot. Ends up being awkward for Zath, and Zyrus looking to end the series, put it to bed. 2:46 left. Now Radford are on series point.
Oh my goodness. Radford's looking like prime Falcons right now.
They look incredible. If they can play like this against Cumberland, they could at least take 2 or 3 games off of them.
I know, it is insane.
And that is if they get through the series, by the way.
Exactly. Which Southern Miss hopefully aren't going to let them. You'll see Astro jump for that. Ryo managing to beat one out. That's almost just a goal, saved by Zath, just barely. It is a 1v1. Zath will hit it to the sidewall. Supa does manage to read it. Zyrus getting there. That's a shot on target, saved by Super Smurf. Right to Melodic, though. Zath unable to get the beat on Zyrus. Melodic will demo Super Smurf, and Melodic's hitting it in front of his net.
Bit of an awkward touch, and I could tell that was definitely unintentional, but it ends up being just okay as they will get possession back. Melodic just cutting there in front of Astro, and now no one is back in the net. Melodic, though, has the recovery speed, and that is why you get a player like Melodic. He may make mistakes on occasion, but he is able to make up for them. Now sends it out to the midfield, but again, no one home for Southern Miss. This one's taken out to the wall. Astro has popped it up for Melodic once more. Back down to Astro, and that's a pinch. Astro evens the numbers 1-1, 134 remains. Southern Miss looking to force game 7.
We take those. I'm pretty
That's not a
positive
pinch,
if
actually,
Zyrus wouldn't have touched that ball, they would have made that save. But since Zyrus tried to get back and save
Yeah,
the
I think
ball,
it was at 86 miles an hour.
oh my goodness.
You just can't. It's almost impossible to save when it's going that fast. You just can't react to it. I mean, you can, but it's very tough to react to it when it's going that fast.
Yeah, that is wild. We will see tying up the game. There is still life, a lot of it. Zyrus will take a quick shot. Zath, however, does manage to get there fast enough. Super Smurf missing the ball. Zath on 0 boost, waiting for a chow. Zyrus does go for it. Astro, however, is there, gonna beat out Super Smurf too. A little bit of a fake. Tries to out 50 Ryo twice. Tries to out 50 Ryo. Zyrus will take control of the ball. Will be hit down to Zath. Zath banging it up. Ryo taking control. Zath reading it. Astro missing. That's just open.
Yeah, Melodic tried to get back, then realized it just wasn't going to happen. And Radford, with 43 seconds left, have put themselves back in the lead on series point. Can they hold on? Their defense has been unbelievable in these past 3 games. They have won 3 straight, and Astro looking to make it only stay at 3, but does not get anything there. Zath now looking for the double, has to go with Melodic, and almost an accidental block, but it doesn't matter when you end up scoring regardless. That's a big touch over Super Smurf. Didn't have boost. Ryo expecting the double, and Melodic follows through. So good fundamentals there from Southern Miss to continue on. Now they've tied it back once again. 31 seconds remain. Here comes Zath. Doesn't have boost. Has to leave it for Supa. And Smurf will send it right to Ryo. They've had so many shots that have been heaters on net. Can they get another? Or will Astro redirect? He doesn't. So Zyrus, easy save. Now has Zath in front. Good bump. Melodic back out mid. Is Ryo there? He is for the first, not for the second. Zath off the ceiling. Here he comes. Looks for the 50. Has Astro in mid. Can he get a good touch? No, he cannot. Tries to shoot it around and it won't go. And this may be another OT. 2 in a row is what they're looking for, and that is just it. We have overtime. Can Southern Miss get to game 7?
Oh my goodness. I didn't eat breakfast.
Well, the answer's now. 3 seconds. Southern Miss are gone. And that will do it for your series. A very quick one in OT. Didn't even get a chance to speak. 3-2 in Game 6. No Game 7. We'll see Southern Miss tomorrow night.
I don't even know what to say. It was so good. They fought with everything they had, and Astro barely misses the ball in that kickoff.
Yeah, not the result you want to see there, especially when it comes in on kickoff. That is probably the most brutal way to lose a game. I mean, it's almost identical to what you saw years and years ago in Rocket League when you see the most obscene goal. This is Rocket League.
This is Rocket League!
Just for OT to hit and 2 seconds, 3 seconds in, it's just, oh, they lost.
No, well.
Hate to see it. But that is going to do it for us today. The CECC run for Southern Miss will end right there in Game 6. Radford will go on to play Cumberland in March for the top 8, of course. If you didn't see the Twitch channel link, you should know we're not going to be streaming that. But certainly someone may be. Cumberland maybe. They don't. Their streams are a bit spotty. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So maybe they can get something going over there. But that is going to do it for us here, both in CECC for the semester and for today. We have tomorrow. You're never going to guess what we got. We got more Rocket League action. NACE Varsity Premiere, the American Esports Conference. Southern Miss will be taking on Old Dominion in their first week of Rocket League play in NACE. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow night.
And as always, Southern Miss
to the top. We'll catch you guys